So, today we're headed to the Magic Kingdom. We haven't been to Disney in a while. Figured, let's go check it out. And our grandkids are here, so we're going to try to meet up with them before they leave. So, hopefully we'll get to see Valley, Isla, and Rowan. And if we don't, we're still going to have a good time. So, inviting you to come along with us. Let's go have a magical day at the Magic Kingdom. Okay, so we got in the park. It's about 1 o'clock, the weekend before 4th of July. I actually thought the park would be packed. Based on where we park, it looks like the park's pretty empty, so we're going to check out some of the wait times. Astro Orbiter's 15, Barnstormer 10, Big Thunder's only 40, Buzz Lightyear's 35. Let's see, some of the bigger ones. Dumbo's 5. Hollow President, Haunted Mansion's 25, Small World's 10, Jungle Cruise is 35, Tea Party's 5, Magic Carpet's 10, Winnie the Pooh 35. The Princess meet and greets aren't bad, 15 for Ariel and 25 for Cinderella. Peter Pan's only 25 minutes. That's really short, especially on a Saturday. That's kind of crazy. Pirates of the Caribbean's 25. That's a little long for that one. Seven Dwarfs 65. That's not bad for that. Space Mountain's 40. So, yeah, overall, all the wait times don't look bad. So, hopefully we can get on a decent amount of rides. Have a good day. Right now, we're going to go meet up with the grandkids and decide what we're going to do from there. The princesses are here. Yeah, yeah. Say hi. Say hi.
That's good stuff. Gallows, not here, baby.
Isla, say hi.
Gallows went bye-bye.
You making ice soup? Your ice soup's gonna melt until just water. I got my Princess Isla with me. Say hi. Say hi. You wave. Say hi. Yeah, Doom says hi. We're gonna go ride. Yeah. She wants to show you guys. There's horses on the carousel. Oops, sorry, Justin. So, yeah, she likes horses. We are gonna go ride Ariel. Yay? Does that sound fun? Go under the sea with the Little Mermaid? Oh, there's a sword. Somebody lost a sword. Oh, poor boy, huh? We're gonna go ride Ariel, go under the sea and see the Little Mermaid. Huh? Does that sound fun? Does that sound fun? You wanna go under the sea with Doom? Huh? Ariel, yeah, you excited? Ariel, you excited? She's trying to get a chant going, but the crowd ain't catching on. We're in our show. We're going under the sea. Ah! And over here, we got Candy and Valley under the sea. Whee! Bubbles! Bubbles! Look at the mermaid up there.
What's this? You've come to a stop.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's that sea witch. Listen to me.
The sea witch got us.
While I get to the bottom of this.
Uh-oh. The sea witch got us. Let's hope we can get away.
What's this? You've come to a stop.
Oh, not dead.
Maybe it's that sea.
So the girls love that ride. Isla just clapped the whole time and yelled Ariel. She was so happy. And Valley loved it too. It's one of their favorite rides, so always a good time hanging out with them. All right, the girls left because they had their dad has to go to work, so I decided to get me a snack. Man, I got the cheeseburger spring rolls. It's my probably favorite snack in the park. It's my go-to. It's $10 for 2 of them, and they're absolutely delicious. And it's the perfect amount of food to hold you over until you go get a real meal. So it's usually a long line. There's no line today, so. But yeah, if you come to the park, they have pizza ones too. Sometimes they have Philly steak ones. Definitely get the spring rolls. Since it's 4th of July week and it's about to be the 250th anniversary of America, figure might as well come into the Hall of Presidents and watch the show. This is one of only 2. The other one is in the White House, so that's pretty cool. It's rough. They have artifacts in here from the different presidents.
For the country's highest office, they imagined something new in the history of the world. A leader not born to power like a king or queen. A leader who has not seized power through conquest. A leader not separate from the people, but elected by the people, from among the people. A new idea, an American idea. The idea of a president. Washington knows that many generals who have led successful revolutions make themselves dictators or kings. Instead, he steps down from power and retires to his home, Mount Vernon. The world takes note, and George Washington becomes the symbol of American ideals. In the first presidential election, it's Washington by a landslide. The only doubt seems to be his own. He writes, "Integrity and firmness is all I can promise. Integrity and firmness is exactly what we need." Everything he does as president will set a model for his successors. His final act may be the most important of all. After 2 terms, with no term limit in the Constitution and amid overwhelming support to stay in office, he steps down once again and hands power back to the people. He wants us to speak, to elect a new president, he has said. With Lincoln's election, the House does indeed divide. Civil War. 11 states secede from the Union. The war becomes a defining passage in the American story. The president's own inner strength and depth of character changed the course of history. Lincoln had come up the hard way, on the American frontier, desperately poor, with less than a year of formal schooling. His early years were scarred by tragedy, the death of his mother, his sister, his first love. He struggles with depression, but never loses his determination to rise above it. He once said he's driven by a desire to leave the world a little better place for having lived in it. The war rages. Lincoln fights to preserve the Union and end slavery. Neither is a sure thing. At Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, 6 months after one of the bloodiest battles of the war, the president dedicates a cemetery to the thousands of soldiers who died there, in words we can never forget.
"Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives, that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
The blood of over 500,000 Americans is spilled in this Civil War. American industry is booming, but social tensions are rising. A progressive movement is bubbling up, pushing for change, and change is needed in the working and living conditions in cities. The gap widens between rich and poor. The demand for change grows stronger. Teddy Roosevelt is a knight on a crusade. He speaks with force and vitality in clear terms that make colorful headlines at a time when mass-market newspapers have become the new media. To define his foreign policy, he borrows a phrase from an African proverb: "Speak softly and carry a big stick." But his greatest accomplishments are made at home. He breaks up giant monopolies, protects workers' rights, and calls for a square deal for all Americans, rich and poor, capitalist and wage earner.
Fair play and a square deal for every man and every woman in the United States.
He calls on America to be as great as the natural grandeur of its lands. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground, he tells us. And we do. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James A. Garfield, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard M. Nixon, Gerald R. Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden. And now we come to the present. Once again, we place our trust in the idea of a president, as we have from the beginning.
My fellow citizens, no event could have filled me with greater anxieties than that notification on the 14th day of April, 1789, that you had selected me to lead our nation. But it was with the confidence of my fellow citizens that I took an oath. 35 simple words that have been repeated by every American president throughout history.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
The presidency of the United States is a role unique in the world, an office entrusted to each president by us, we the people. Therein lies the genius of that new idea, now over 200 years old. A new idea our presidents have turned into a great American idea again and again.
All right. So I feel that was pretty appropriate since it's the week of the 250th birthday of America. And then we got reservations for dinner at the Liberty Tree. One, because, well, they serve a meal that was served at the White House. And two, Candy loves their roast beef.
So do you. Don't act like you don't love it. It's amazing.
It's her favorite meal ever. So figure why not? Eat America's meal, make Candy happy all at the same time. It's a win-win. So we are at the Liberty Tree Tavern. Very colonial. So it's a set menu. It's $45 a person. 10 and up and 24, 9 and under. It's the appetizer. The house-made dressing is absolutely amazing. I don't even know what it is exactly, but it's just delicious. And then the platter is everything that's on that. Candy loves roast beef. Every time we eat here, she can barely walk out. So, and then the ooey gooey toffee cake is absolutely to die for. So, regular sodas, water, tea, coffee, all that stuff's included. They do have optional wines. There's Candy, she's back. And they do have optional wines and some alcoholic beverages if you do choose to have that. We just stick to the sodas and waters, but it's an amazing restaurant. And with it being 4th of July weekend and Candy's favorite restaurant, thought it was a perfect place to come and eat. Enjoy a Sunday dinner. So
Always the perfect place.
see. Here's the salad they bring you, and the dressing's already mixed in, but it's absolutely amazing. And their rolls are just nice, warm. Look at all that butter and herbs all over it. Definitely not good for a diet, which I need to be on, but they make your taste buds happy. This is a very rare restaurant where
Everything is good.
well, yes, everything's good, but what I look forward to the most
Is it salad?
is the salad. I love their salad.
It's really good, right?
I wish I could buy this dressing. I would be probably 50 pounds skinnier, I think, unless this dressing's fine. But I'd eat salad all the time, so I think I'd be skinnier. But it's just so good. This is the roast beef and turkey that Candy's digging into.
Masterpiece.
I've already dug into the sides without thinking. They set them down, I started grabbing them. The mashed potatoes, stuffing, green beans, macaroni, cranberry sauce, and of course the gravy. I like to kind of make a little work of art with mine by taking the mashed potatoes and then putting the stuffing on top of them, then covering them with gravy. And then I put turkey on top of that, and then I cover the turkey with the cranberry sauce. And it might sound like a weird concoction, but it's really, really good. So, yeah, that's what I'm about to make. So, this is my plate, my little concoction of mixing everything together. But it tastes so good this way.
Does it taste like that sandwich you get at the Earl Sandwich?
Yeah. If
If you
you're
get a roll, you'd have bread.
and don't have gravy on that. That's the difference, is the gravy.
Thank you.
Earl Sandwich at Disney Springs has it's called a holiday turkey, and it has stuffing, turkey. I don't think it has potatoes on it though. It's turkey, stuffing, and cranberry. And this is kind of like that. It's just adds the gravy and the potatoes, and it's so good.
Their food is exceptional.
It's actually better, and their stuffing is like probably the best stuffing I've ever had. Same with the mashed potatoes. Time for a little bit of the roast beef, or roast beast as Candy calls it. It was really good. it's just so hearty. It's like a Thanksgiving meal, but better than any Thanksgiving meal. You can have it any day. You don't have to wait for Thanksgiving.
You haven't spent hours cooking it. Or cleaning it.
And that's the best part. You don't have to spend hours cooking. AKA, I don't have to spend hours cooking it because Candy don't cook.
But it do clean.
She does clean up the mess after I cook. But, yeah, so that's the best part. It's the middle of July and we're eating the most delightful Thanksgiving dinner. I didn't have to cook it. So, I am really stuffed. Candy's stuffed. We ain't done yet. They still are going to bring out ooey gooey toffee cake. It is delicious. And I can't wait to eat it. So, everything here is absolutely amazing. The one thing that would be a womp 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 is the mac and cheese. So the macaroni is a little bit of a everything else is amazing. It smacks. It's absolutely fire. But the macaroni, it's not bad. It's just
It's not bad, it's just a little
it's a little bland. It's not. It could use more cheese, more creaminess. Here is pure dessert bliss. It's got this ice cream with like this crumbled toffee and chocolate and caramel, and then you cut down in it, and there's a ooey gooey. They call it a cake, but it's kind of like a cookie cake. It's absolutely to die for. So I think it's only fair if we do tell you the downside to eating there, because there definitely is one. It's when you leave. You don't really want to move too much. You don't want to really do anything but just sit around because you're stuffed. At least me and Candy. So that's the downside. But since we didn't ride Haunted Mansion before we went because the wait time hopped up, we're gonna get in line for that because it's a leisurely wait and a leisurely ride, and then hopefully by the time we get off here, the food's kind of worked its way down a little bit and not making us so and maybe we'll try to ride Big Thunder Mountain. We haven't rode that since they reopened it, so that'd be a fun time.
Let there be music from regions beyond. Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing. Here comes.
There you are. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return.
So we're in line for Big Thunder Mountain, and from here you can get a pretty good look at all the construction going on for Piston Peak, the new Cars Land that's coming. They're definitely moving right along with that. I'm excited for that land for the grandkids, but what I'm super excited for is Villains Land, which I think opens a year and a half after Piston Peak. I think that's kind of what was rumored anyways. And here we go, first time on Thunder Mountain since it's been reopened and retracked. See if it's smoother than it used to be. Candy's worried about flying out, but she'll be fine.
Yeah, like
I'll grab her by her ankles. Here we go. There's the goat. Right there. Okay, so I forgot how much I love that ride. And it is way smoother than it used to be. That's what Candy said. She didn't like the ride before because it beat her up so much. So this time I only beat her up at the end when she's bent over trying to grab something, which was her fault, not the ride's fault. But yeah, so nice riding that again. I don't know why I waited so long after it opened to get over here. Just haven't been in Magic Kingdom that much, honestly. So love that ride, love that ride, love that ride. Way smoother. If you rode it and you're like, I can't ride that because it's too rough, you can ride it now. It's a Disney duck. You gotta love the Disney ducks. It's not Donald or Daisy, but well, with that, this video is coming to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a fun time today at the Magic Kingdom. Got to do a little bit with the grandkids before they scurried off. And then me and Candy got to spend some time together, have a nice meal, ride some rides. All in all, it was a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed tagging along with us. Until the next one, peace, love, and happiness to everyone. See you next one.
Waves are crashing, sun's going down. Life of Brian, thanks for hanging around. Brian's live with Candy and the fam, surfing through this life, saying see ya.